Hey guys, Furum here, and today I am going to be testing the Ford F-150 in multiplayer. Now, this vehicle is very good for multiplayer when tuned only for nitro below a rank of 800. It's even faster than the Desire at this rank, but unfortunately I mistuned it. So, let's see what it's like at nearly max prod, and believe it or not, it's better than you think. So my truck has a rank of 1032, my tuning, as you can see, which is nearly max prod, is 5515, and in pro kits I have pro'd out everything, which is 3333. There's only 3 levels on this truck. So now for the first race in San Diego Harbor, I will do a couple of single tanked ones and a couple of extra tanked ones. This first one is single tanked. Now let me just say before I get much into the video that school has started back for me, so I may not be uploading as much because I am very busy. But I will still try to make as many videos as I can. So, this truck has very bad nitro efficiency, which is why I'm doing all these flat spins. You see here, it can go 204 miles per hour at this rank, which is the highest speed it can attain. Now this is still quite good for its rank, even though the Porsches and Range Rovers can be about 10 miles per hour faster when tuned properly, but this is still quite good. So go up as many ramps as you can if you play in this car in multiplayer, and I would have made a video about it at its optimal rank below 800, but I mistuned it early on, as I did with a lot of the cars that I bought early on, so sorry about that. But you can still see it does decently even at this rank. So this route I've taken here is the best route through San Diego Harbor. In fast cars, you can get on top of the ship. In slower cars, like this one, you can go into the bottom of the ship. If you are in a car that is kind of middle and not fast or slow, say around 210, 220 miles per hour, you may wreck in the middle, so that is not advised. So since the truck's pure top speed is very low without nitro, even with only handling upgrades at 1, it still drifts around corners quite well because it's going very slow, obviously, because its speed only comes in with the nitro and you can't nitro while drifting. Unlike in Asphalt Extreme, where you stay in nitro even if you're in the air or you're drifting or anything else like that. I'm not sure why they made that happen. And I did not make my truck purple because the purple paint for it looked kind of pink, which I do not like. It's weird. I like purple a lot, but then I don't like pink, which is very close. And that car behind me just wrecked. So I have won the Mercedes C63 in its R&D. I told a lot of people I wasn't going to go for it, but then I decided, why not? I mean, it seems okay for multiplayer, and I got it to a rank of 1638 with a speed of 290 miles per hour, which is decent, and I will test it soon. So I beat a Donkervoort higher ranked and a higher ranked Range Rover as well, who was not boosted, but still that's pretty good. So in this race we can see how the truck fares against an SLK Special Edition and a Porsche 959. So they all get ahead at the beginning, and I knock the SLK down because obviously that's what you do whenever you see an SLK. You knock them down because they're overpowered and you know you're just not going to win anyway, so you just knock them down because why not? Because you may have a slightly better chance of winning then. So here, I'm very surprised I did not knock this car down any during that time. Oftentimes it seems like I should get a knockdown when I don't, and I'm not really sure what determines that. So here you can see the Porsche and I are almost exactly the same speed, but since he has better nitro efficiency, he can keep going, and I have to fall back to having no nitro. This is the truck's real problem. Even as you can see, I have extra tanks. The Porsche 959, even though it was going about the same speed as me, has probably twice the nitro efficiency. And I think the truck extra tank would probably run out of nitro faster than the 959 single tank. And you see there, it's so bad without nitro that it can't even properly make the gap. Yeah, so if you play this truck in multiplayer, and again, I'd recommend keeping it below 800 rank and only tuning nitro and exhaust and suspension on it, always run extra tanks. If you don't, you are committing a suicide mission, because yes, you will blast away at the beginning because the truck has okay acceleration and can accelerate faster than a lot of the other cars down there. But once you run out of nitro, you're sitting duck basically. Even Desires without nitro are faster than you without nitro, because the truck's top speed stat is the lowest in the game. And here I am doing all these stunts to refill my nitro, because that is very important. It is better to lose speed doing stunts in this truck than to ever run out of nitro. Unless you go way, way up in the air on a barrel roll or something, always go up the flat spins and barrel rolls and stuff. Because you can see here, if I didn't do that, I would have run out of nitro. and then I would be much slower. So those cars are way ahead, primarily because of their, number one, better speed, especially in the case of the SLK. 959 is about the same speed, but it has better nitro efficiency. So up here, I'd like to show you an alternate route that you might want to take in vehicles that do not have very good nitro efficiency. So you flat spin here to refill this nitro, then you come along here and barrel roll low up here and get these two barrel rolls. So you can see here now I have a full nitro efficiency bar. And that really helps me through this section. So that may be something to consider doing in the, say, Desire or this truck or other nitro-reliant cars. I have not seen many people do it. A couple people have in events, but it's rare. And I'm not sure if it's faster, but I'd say it probably is in nitro-reliant cars like this one. Also, guys, I'm getting very close to hitting 2,000 subscribers, and I do have a special video planned for that, so be sure to keep an eye out for that whenever I reach that goal. So let's see what the ranks of those cars were. So there was a triple boosted AMG Special Edition, go figure, got first, and a Porsche 959 without a tuning kit. That's why he was about the same speed. 959 without a tuning kit equals the speed of this car with a tuning kit. And we have an SLK Special Edition and an SLK Normal Edition to deal with in this race. I am extra tanked again in this race, and that is the only reason I triple tapped at the beginning. I would not recommend it. I'm not sure why I did. But yeah, and that SLK is now flying past and is going to be long gone. So pretty much whenever you come up against one of those, it's a guaranteed win for that car. So just face the fact that you're probably going to lose if you see one of them. I mean, unless you're in an SLK as well, or the SLK driver isn't a very good driver, which wouldn't happen very often because the only ways to get it were, number one, buying it with tokens when it first came out, which some people did, and they could have paid money to get those tokens, but majority of people, I'd say, probably didn't do that. And actually, I'm getting close to that SLK here. I'm not sure what happened to him. But anyway, so yeah, the other ways you could get this car were in 2 cups, either a time-limited event for getting a really good time, which involves being really good, and playing a multiplayer event over and over again, which means being really good, so you can constantly get first and second or third or places or whatever, so you can actually get in the top 40 or whatever. And the blueprints, which means you either need to open up a lot of boxes or get extremely lucky with exclusive deals and have a bunch of tokens to pay for them. Getting the SLK is difficult. I have only gotten a few blueprints for it, and I don't expect to get the rest anytime soon. So I beat a triple boosted DS3 Racing, a SLK Normal Edition, and a Range Rover higher above me. For some reason running an extra tank but nothing else. I'm not sure why people do that. So here is a very close race with a single tanked F-150 against a Cobra. So yeah, we all know the Cobra is one of the best multiplayer cars in Asphalt 8 still. However, only at its 1234 optimal rank and possibly with a few nitro upgrades as well. But it's still pretty darn good. So I'm glad this was French Guiana reverse so I could pick up a bunch of nitro at the beginning like this, because I was not extra tanked in this race. This race will show you what can be done even with a single tank car that's nitro reliant and has terrible nitro efficiency. So you can see without nitro he catches up a lot, and then when I get nitro I just speed up again and he falls back. That is a big problem in this truck. It happens a lot if you try to play in it. You'll get ahead when you have nitro going, but once you run out, everybody starts to catch up. So be aware of that, and I cannot stress this enough. Go for pretty much all the nitro you can, unless it's a really long way. Actually, as you'll see later in this race, it is better for me to change my route and go a slightly longer way to pick up more nitro than to go the standard way and run out. So the crawlers up here are one of the things that make people hate French Guiana, especially in multiplayer, because they're in unpredictable places and they can do unpredictable things like that, for example. But yeah, so I always try to avoid French Guiana in multiplayer, and he just tried to sideswipe me. So here is where I go right, a longer route, to pick up more nitro rather than going left, which would be a shorter route. This was important, otherwise he would have caught up to me and knocked me down. But as you can see here, my nitro sustained me, and I'm doing just fine. French Guiana is one track I try to avoid playing in very fast cars, like my Vulcan, for example, which I use all the time for multiplayer, because of the crawlers, which, because they're unpredictable, They can be in completely weird and random spots and going across the road, and you just kind of come up to them so fast you don't have much chance to decide whether to go above them or to go to the right of them or underneath them. And even if you go underneath them, they can be diagonally going across the road, so you go underneath in between two of their legs and hit one of the ones on the other side. Which has happened to me, and that is why I never choose French Guiana in multiplayer. And by the way, it is faster going up top here rather than going to the left back there and going underneath, mainly because of the big jump at the end and the fact that there is no nitro down there to pick up, after the couple blue ones at the beginning at least. This is one track where the F-150 really feels like it's at home, off-road on this dirt section. A lot of people have suggested that the F-150 be added to Asphalt Extreme, and I agree. It's really weird, in my opinion, how it is added in Asphalt 8, where there are a bunch of, like, supercars and sports cars and stuff like that, but not added to Extreme, where there are off-road vehicles, and I probably should have wrecked just then, but thankfully I didn't. So now we're coming up to the end of the race. Let's see what that Cobra was ranked, and again, you saw I went that long way so I could pick up more nitro for this car. Or truck, I guess. So here we go. It was a 1509 higher ranked Cobra with a tuning kit. As you can see, the Cobra is not so great at this low of a rank. So, thank you all for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and found the tips in it to be helpful, and subscribe for more Asphalt 8 content. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.